Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome back to Southern Latitudes. I'm Robin and I am a gardener in East Central Florida. But I think this series that I'm going to do will apply to more than just the East Central Florida gardener. I think, and I hope, my hope is that everybody will find something valuable in this. I've been thinking for a while now, what am I going to do in the summer when the gardening's kind of slowing down, it's really hot and everything. And I thought I really want to challenge myself to be more self-sufficient with my medicines and things like that. Actually, I thought of this long before whatever is going on with, in politics. But a lot of our medicine does come from a country that we seem to be having, a little bit of a tariff thing going on with, because I was already on board before that happened. But it does give us good pause and reason to go on. So I've been ordering books. This one is the Tincture Bible. I've been ordering Nutritional Healing. That's something else. I have another book about apothecary stuff that is, it was on back order and it should be here in another day or two. But I was just thinking, what can we do that's really simple, practical, and empowering for everybody? And that would be growing medicinal plants. You can grow them in your backyard or on a windowsill. It's a small step that we all can be taking everywhere around us. Even if you have an apartment, you can have one of those little arrow gardens. You can have a green stalk on a little tiny pad and porch. And you can, I think a lot of those green stalks have like 60 pockets. You can put a lot of medicinals in one of those things. It could make a big difference in your life, in your health, and even your community. Maybe somebody who can't afford their medications, or they can't procure it and they can't find it. I hope we don't get to that stage, but if we do, this is really good and could give you a peace of mind to be able to bring something over to a friend. We should all. So I bought this wonderful shirt. It says Farm to Farmacy because I thought it would be perfect for this upcoming series. And I want to have us all turn a corner and look around in our gardens and see, just like I discovered plantain this year. I didn't know, it's been growing wild in my yard for years, but it popped up in my market garden. And I was like, what is this? And then I found it on the plant app. I went to the Florida Wild and Medicinals Facebook page, and they were telling me about all the uses of it. And I was like, oh my goodness, what a gift. A gift of self-reliance. It's you have instant medicine. It's over the counter, better than over the counter. It's over the kitchen counter. And so it's totally perfect for us to talk about this. Perhaps, you have a little tummy ache and maybe the pharmacy is closed, or you don't feel good enough to make a run in a car because your tummy's upset. You could be having spearmint in your yard. You could be having dandelions in your yard. There's so many reasons this could improve your life and your health. And homegrown medicinal plants are free of pesticides and herbicides, and that's another reason to be thinking outside the box this way in your garden and backyard. You're cultivating independence as well as self-sufficiency and other things of that way. It's not just medicine. It's peace of mind, really. It is for me. I have terrible allergies to things in capsules that I thought it'd be really smart, and I went out to a health food store and I bought vegan capsules to put my moringa into, and it ended up that I was allergic to the vegan capsules. So there's a preservative in that. There's preservative in shots, and so I have reactions to vaccines in shots. For example, I had the tetanus shot one year and it froze my arm for 3 weeks. That was no good. And I've had other reactions, and it sets off my fibromyalgia into a month-long flare-up. So I have to be extremely careful about what I get at the pharmacy, and or even health food stores or the grocery store, which is why I'm even on this whole gardening journey. So here's another way to think about this. You're tending the soil, and a lot of these things are in your yard already. Maybe you don't even know aloe vera can help with burns, right? I have aloe vera all in my yard. I got it for free. A friend gave me a little couple starts, and now I could have a production line of aloe vera for sunburns or any other usage like that. Echinacea, a lot of people have it just as pretty flowers in their yard, don't even know that it's medicine. It can really help with your immune system during cold and flu season. These are time-tested remedies that complement modern medicine. You can use it in addition to it, or even try it first before you try something in a pill or over the counter at a store, which leads me to this is affordable. Yeah, I mean, other than maybe you have to buy a plant in the beginning, but a lot of these are seeds. They're wild. You can forage for them. You know that you don't have to pay for shipping across the globe. It's a small but a meaningful way maybe to decrease the footprint of, you know, I don't want to get into that whole carbon debate, but it is a way to reduce packaging and other things like that. But once you have it on your shelf, you can make years and years worth of medicinals. And some of these tinctures and salves can stay on your shelf indefinitely. Calendula is a beautiful bright orange flower, but did you know it has medicinal uses? And it's probably in your garden if you did some spring planting this year. So anyhow, I just think it's wise to make use and to have knowledge. You're growing in wisdom and knowledge, and put things in your pantry, in your little medicine cabinet or something like that. So I think this is something I want to grow and expand in. I have some knowledge, but I don't have near enough. I know I have all sorts of things in my yard that can be used medicinally, but I don't, because I just grow them because they're pretty. So we're going to explore that in a series of videos. Every time you plant a seed, you are tapping into medicine. I don't know if you know this, but you know, you probably have plenty of herbs growing around your garden this spring and summer. Basil has anti-inflammatory properties. And if you grow thyme, you have antiseptic properties. And a lot of us have that in our yard. And we, you know, on our porches, on a sunny ledge, you know, south-facing window. We can do this. We can explore this together, and we can grow in knowledge together. Did you know that lemon balm can bring stress relief? Yeah, and so can even spearmint. I hope that as we go along this series that you'll just pick at least one plant, maybe even two, and start growing it, and then you'll have a living Farmacy first aid kit right there in your own yard, in your own house. Why grow all these things at home? Because it's practical, it's affordable, it's good for you medicinally. It's one step being less dependent on the pharmaceutical industry. It's one step closer to knowing your body and knowing what works. There's that aspect of it too, like me with, you know, I know, you know, I'm still learning, but I know that I can't have those vegan capsules for some reason. I don't know why, but it's a step of knowledge, right? And independence. Imagine a world where everybody has a little small medicinal garden. I mean, wouldn't that be fantastic? I mean, it'd be great if everybody had a backyard garden too, but I think it'd just be amazing if we could get ourselves off of some of these pharmaceuticals, because you really don't know what's being put in some of these pills. Those inactive ingredients may be what's harming you. You know, it's just super wise for all of us to go through this, and I think it's going to be a wonderful series for the channel, and I hope a lot of us get a lot out of it. We're going to be some of the plants we're going to learn about in this series is going to be the plantain plant. We're going to learn about dandelion. I am hoping if I can get the seed going, I would love to explore ashwagandha. And if we can't even get our own plants going, I do have some ashwagandha in the house that I bought that's in one of those capsules I can't use, but we could take it out and we could maybe make some tinctures and salves and just learn, explore. These books have tons of knowledge that's not up here yet, but I want to get it up there, and I want to have it in case of whatever. I'm not a doomsday person. In fact, I have a lot of hope and I have a lot of faith. My faith really grounds me, but I think it's never bad I'm a lifelong learner, and I love knowing this. It's easier just to go to 10 steps into the closet and pick out a tincture or a salve or something like some sort of compound that I've made, dehydrated herb. I love being able to explore teas. That is something roselle was the gateway plant into tea. I thought that was pretty amazing. And all of a sudden, I've got roselle. And then spearmint was also a gateway right behind roselle. And I was like, this is amazing. I love spearmint tea. And then, anise hyssop. I have that growing now. We're going to make some tea out of that. We're going to see where else we can make tinctures or something with it and explore that this year, or this summer, I should say. There is just, and I have aloe. I put it on a burn, but what else can we do with aloe? Who knows, right? Let's learn and explore that. So if you happen to see a lot of videos this summer on this topic, you'll know exactly why. So I'm just expanding my knowledge, and I thought let's take you guys along for that journey. So you guys, let's do this. Are you ready? Give me a thumbs up if you are. Give me a subscription. Hopefully I'll earn your subscription through the summer or through the series. And then that way you can take it in as you're in and out of vacations too. That'll be something interesting for you. And you don't have to necessarily watch it in season. That's another thing I was thinking about as well, because, I need to take vacations. Plus I'm going to have company. This would be easy for me to plan ahead and make these videos, but it'd be easier for you guys to watch it whenever it's convenient for you, whenever in the future. So you guys, thank you for watching. I hope that you'll be super interested in this series. Now let's go grow something and go start our healing journey. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.